What is up, guys? So it's time for another WWE talk video, and as I said in the previous one, I'm going to change it up a little bit now. I used to do it so I'll just talk about kind of the most recent pay-per-views, most recent Raws, discuss kind of everything that happens, including all wrestlers. I'm going to change it up a bit now. I want to kind of just talk about the big things that are happening across the whole of the WWE kind of universe. And obviously, if you're a fan of WWE, this past couple of weeks has been dominated by the story of CM Punk, and he's walked out. CM Punk has walked out of the WWE, and so obviously this has caused a lot of speculation, a lot of rumours, lots of stories going around as to why this happened and whether he's coming back and all that. So I thought I'd do this video just to give my thoughts on the whole thing. So obviously the last we saw of CM Punk was at the Royal Rumble. He was eliminated by Kane. So this was, I did read that this was going to lead on to a story, a feud against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, the Authority, of course. And I did read there was rumours that he was going to be facing Triple H at WrestleMania. And to be honest, I don't think Punk was too happy about this. I think that I completely agree as well. I think he's been treated very badly since Daniel Bryan's popularity has kind of risen. And since he dropped the title, really, I think since he lost his WWE title, they really haven't used him very well. I know he had the feud with The Rock and everything like that, when he was champion, of course. But since then, he's kind of dropped a mid-card, and he hasn't had a worthwhile storyline, in my opinion, anyway. So it is sad to see him gone, because he is a huge star for WWE. He was my favourite. When I went to Monday Night Raw, I bought CM Punk's t-shirts. I've got 2 of his t-shirts. He was always the most looked forward to person I was excited to see. Really hyped to see Punk. And we don't really have a character like him in the WWE anymore. He was, the way he kind of spoke on the mic, the way he was in the ring, he was a unique character, and whether you loved him or hate him, you have to admit that he was very good at what he did, and he was very popular, and it's going to be sad to see him gone. Excuse me while I just adjust the lighting there. Hopefully it's not too dark. But anyway, yeah, since I heard rumours as well that also he is very kind of big backstage, and the whole morale of the WWE locker room has gone right down since he left, because there's no one to kind of step up and speak out for the locker room now and kind of voice their opinion. And it's just going to be crazy to see him gone. Hopefully Vince McMahon's doing all he can, if he's got any sense anyway, he's going to be doing all he can to get CM Punk back, because like I said, he is a huge draw for WWE. And if I don't expect this to happen, I don't think it's going to happen, but if CM Punk goes to TNA is going to be getting a huge boost from that, because that is arguably WWE's second biggest star after John Cena is CM Punk. And if CM Punk jumps ships to TNA, a lot of WWE fans are going to be tuning into TNA to see what all the hype's about and see more CM Punk action. And that's going to be a huge boost for TNA and a huge down point for WWE. So Vince really does need to pull his finger out and kind of do everything he can to get CM Punk back on that roster. Just treat him better, really, because he deserves it. He's very popular with the fans, and to see him in the mid-card feuding with Kane isn't something you want to see. You want to see him kind of going after the title. I know that Daniel Bryan is the current popular kind of star of the moment, but just to see Punk involved in that would be a bit more exciting. And I just really hope they can bring him back, man. Also, another thing I wanted to talk about is the whole Daniel Bryan thing. Of course, this is going to be aside from CM Punk now. If you saw the Royal Rumble, the end of that pay-per-view, you will know that Daniel Bryan is probably the most over wrestler I've ever seen. Well, up since the Stone Cold Steve Austin days, I don't think I've ever seen anyone connect with a crowd or be so popular with a crowd as Daniel Bryan. The yes chants are unbelievably popular. And it just makes him look like a god. All he needs to do is appear in the arena and the crowd goes crazy. And to see the way that WWE treat him by not even putting him in the Royal Rumble match was sort of like a kick in the teeth to WWE fans. we're telling them that we like Daniel Bryan. We're doing the yes chants in every single city they go to. Daniel Bryan is the most popular one, without a doubt. Even I've been to Raw 2 years ago, and I went last year as well. Both times were dominated by yes chants. So it's been a couple of years now with his popularity like this, and for him not to have a full-blown championship reign is sad to see. And to see Batista win that Royal Rumble, and to potentially go and face Randy Orton at the main event at WrestleMania 30 is going to be bad. And I believe if this is what's going to happen, Randy Orton versus Batista for the title at WrestleMania, I believe they've kind of sealed their own grave, really, because the crowd is going to dump all over that match. Batista is already getting booed. Now don't get me wrong, Batista is a good star, a good wrestler, and quite a big star, but the way they're treating him, they're shoving him down our throat like he's The Rock or like he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's only appearing at pay-per-views. The only times Batista's been on Raw, he's been in his own clothes and he's just cut a quick 5-minute promo. He hasn't had a match on Raw similar to what like The Rock was on the run-up to WrestleMania. The Rock didn't have any matches on Raw. He just appeared at pay-per-views, and that's what I'm worried that they're doing with Batista. And Batista isn't that star. So the crowd are going to turn, and it's already happening. The crowd are booing Batista, and whether that's because he won the Royal Rumble when Daniel Bryan was in there, probably, but still, I don't think WWE were expecting Batista to be getting booed like he has been. So they need to do something quick. Whether they're going to make Bryan champion at Elimination Chamber, it's very unlikely, but if they do it, it's purely out of desperation. It's completely obvious, but I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they would kind of waste the opportunity of giving Daniel Bryan his title at a small pay-per-view like Elimination Chamber. I think they'll save it for possibly SummerSlam now, because it's not going to be WrestleMania. I've heard the rumours that Bryan is going to be facing Sheamus at WrestleMania, so that is another reason why the crowd could hate on this, because Sheamus he's a decent wrestler, but he's boring. Very, very boring. And to have your most popular superstar facing someone like Sheamus at the 30th anniversary of WrestleMania isn't going to be a good thing. So yeah, WWE have a lot of things to do. They need to get CM Punk back ASAP. They need to do something with Batista. Have a few more matches on Raw, for God's sake. Don't just turn up and talk on a mic. They need to do something with Daniel Bryan soon, and I'm not talking about a feud with Sheamus. So yeah, bit of a negative month for WWE this time. There's just a lot of things they need to do, a lot of things they've been doing wrong. So kind of let's see where they go with it. Obviously we've got Elimination Chamber coming up in a couple of weeks, and then after that we're going to know a lot more about WrestleMania. Of course we've still got to find out who Undertaker's going to be facing as well. So God, it's going to be exciting to see, but hopefully they don't ruin it, and hopefully they kind of just give us what we want. Give us Daniel Bryan, give us CM Punk. So yeah guys, leave your thoughts on everything that I said down below, and tell me what you're currently thinking of the product as well. So thank you for watching guys, leave your comments down below as usual, and I'll see you on my next video.